Aloha, what is up everyone? Okay, today we're gonna go over, as you can tell from the title, I'm gonna tell you how I started my towing and transport company with about $4,000 of investment. And actually to start it, I could have even started with less. So I'll give you both those, I'll kind of give you some ideas on if you've ever thought about something like this, or even any business. It's just good to know, just like good information to know for when you're starting out. I'll show you where I'm at and then I'll get set up and we'll start the video. So here came to Waikiki. Hawaii's kind of opening it up a little bit. Let me see if I can get a little better. We're starting to let kind of tourists back in about a week and a half ago. So it's still kind of empty. It's kind of nice actually. There's not, like, usually this place is super packed on a Sunday. But yeah, it's kind of nice. I think it's a lot of locals. But yeah, so this is Waikiki. It's called Fort DeRusi. So pretty chill place. So let me get set up and then I'll start giving you the rundown on how I started my business actually exactly 6 years ago here in Hawaii. And yeah, maybe it'll help some of you guys out. Okay everyone, just getting set up out here. Like I said, I'm here in Waikiki. I was trying to give you something nice to look at in the background. It's super bright out here, so let me see how this goes. So just to give you some background as to why I started my business, it was a typical story. I was actually working for the government for 5 years. And was just miserable. Like, it was a horrible existence. And I just kept finding myself complaining and complaining. It was like this dead-end government job, and I knew I could do better. I have a background in business, so for me to take that government job was a little bit out of character, but I thought I'd try something new. Anyways, I won't keep this too long, but in October of 2014, I had a truck. I still have it actually. It's a Ford F-250 and it has a 9-foot flatbed. And I had always had problems, because I'm involved in motorcycles, I'd always had problems with people towing my bikes home. Because I used to buy projects and that was like a little side thing. I would fix up bikes and sell them and stuff. One day I just kept having problems with people. And that's a key. When you see a service that there's a problem in, like a consistent problem, you can solve that problem for people. And I kept seeing these problems in towing, and I just kept telling myself, one day I'm just gonna start towing motorcycles. I'm tired of dealing with these guys. They're unreliable, they're expensive, they're just weird. So I know when I had my truck, I started towing. I just like, you know what, I'm just gonna start towing motorcycles, see what happens. So in October of 2014, I'll post up pictures and clips as this goes on, and oh yeah, I'm gonna have some bonus footage at the very end of some of my early clips. And then it's kind of cool. It's just like old school stuff now, but I kept everything. I used to do all these little 30-second or like 1-minute clips so I can put them on Facebook, and that was my advertising because I didn't have any money to get started. Anything that was free, I was on like 24. If I wasn't in the truck, I was in front of a computer doing, basically being my own cheerleader. Because when you first get started, it's hard. Unless you have a lot of money, which, I mean, that's fine too. But I didn't have a lot of money. So I was on Facebook, I was on, the other one was Instagram. I was on there a ton. And then I would do stuff like Yelp. Yelp would be on there, so I'd make sure my pictures were uploaded, and Google and all that stuff. But anyways, so I started with my my Ford F-250 9-foot flatbed. I basically bought the truck for $4,000. That was my initial investment into the company, into my business. That was the biggest thing. There were small things like to get your business license out here. It's about, if I remember right, it's about $90 here in my state. Every state's a little different, so sometimes they're $100, sometimes $125. I think California's kind of expensive. But anyways, so the big expense was the truck. So I got the truck, basically $4,000. Made a couple little repairs to get it, you know, make sure it's cool and safe and reliable. And I started towing. I went to every single motorcycle shop in the area. I just started talking to people and giving them my card. I'd keep going back. I could tell like I was bugging some of them, but if they see you, then they're like, okay, whatever. Like, at first they're not going to want to use you, but then they're like, okay, this guy's consistent. I see his truck, I see his equipment. I would go there with a bike on the truck so they would see it. So then it's like, oh, okay, this guy can do what we're asking him to do. So anyways, so that was, yeah, started. It was a little bit slow for 6 months. So I was funny because I would tell people like, I work on Monday so I could have money to buy food on Tuesday. Like, that's how it was. Like, as fast as it came in was I had to spend it because I mean you have to live, right? Pay rent, pay insurance, pay fuel bill, pay all that stuff. So actually, yeah, after the first 6 months, it started picking up. That was 14, and 15 was okay. Not 2015. By 2016, I was kind of maxing out on that particular thing, which was towing the motorcycles. I was at about 700 to 800 motorcycle tows a year. So I think at least in my area, my state, I'm in Hawaii, so it's not a huge population or whatever, but from what I could tell, I was towing the most motorcycles in the state. I don't know anyone who was towing more, like around 700 to 800 bikes that year. So, but one thing was funny, because when you're in business, people will ask you to take care of problems if it's something related, right? And for years, I turned down work for, people kept asking me to tow their cars and trucks, and I'm like, no, I'm good. Like, I don't want to do that. I'm happy with doing my motorcycle stuff. But after years of people asking, they're like begging you, and they're telling you they're going to pay you well to do something. Like, it sticks in the back of your mind. So then when I had the opportunity to grow the business, I just said, you know what? People are already asking me to do this secondary business, so I was like, why not? Let me try it. So then in 2006, I was open for 2 years. So from 14 to 16, I was doing nothing but motorcycles. And then August of 2016, I bought my first car tow truck. So my F-250, I had just saved money. Like, I'm pretty good. I don't really spend. So I just had the money to buy another truck. I didn't have to finance anything. I'll put a picture up. I may even have a video. So I flew into LA for 10 hours to pick up my new truck. Got me a little self-loader. All right. So I'll show you what, like because I flew to California to buy my car tow truck. It's called self-loaders or auto loaders. But I bought that, and I'm like, okay, well, people keep asking me to do this. I may as well try to take care of the problem for them, right? And this is in business. Like, you adapt as things go. Like, I never knew I was gonna, like, here we are in 2020. I never knew when I started in 2014 it would go this way. So anyway, so I flew to LA, bought the truck. It was only $12,000, so it was a little bit of an investment, but that truck on a bad month would bring in, I mean, like an average month, it would probably bring, like, I remember, I guess like kind of a good month, it was like 16,000 it would bring in a month. Think about it, I only bought the truck for 12,000. And granted, the 16,000 isn't all profit, because you got to take out your expenses from that, but it's, I mean, that's a deal I'll take any day. I'll give you 12,000 for something that brings me in, even on a slow month. Let's say the truck only brought in 12,000. Well, I only paid 12,000 for it. So anyway, so I ran that truck for 2 years solid. So from August 2016 to August of 2020, I had made so much. So I had the two trucks. I had my first truck. I still had that, doing a lot of motorcycles. And then when somebody called me for a car or truck, I jump in my other truck. So now both the trucks are making me money. You know where this is going, right? So then I ran that second truck for 2 years. August of 18, I had saved up enough to buy my Freightliner. You've seen the yellow pictures. I'll post the pictures here. So I flew again to LA, because I buy all my trucks in California and I ship them over to Hawaii. So that was a big expense, but it was kind of like my business was making it at that point, and I kind of wanted to, it was kind of like a trophy or like a gift, like something, it was something that I strived for, and I was like, finally I'm gonna get something like that's not all old and whatever. So I bought my Freightliner. All in, it was about $80,000. But because my trucks were making me money and I just was saving, I was able to pay cash for the truck. And that was 2 years ago. So just over 2 years now, because now we're in October of 2020. So I mean, at my peak, just before this whole virus thing started going off, yeah, I mean, things were going really well. And even when the virus thing started, I don't have any debt. All my trucks are paid for. I'm able to pick and choose which jobs I go out to now. And really, once the virus started, I kind of didn't want to be around too many people, because I didn't know how bad the thing was going to be, right? And obviously, you don't want to get sick if you don't even know what the cure is, or if there is a cure. So now we're in October, things are kind of settling down, getting back into the trucks more, talk with more people. But yeah, hopefully this is helpful to some people. I can make like a playlist of, I can talk about this stuff for hours, but let me see how well this is received. And if people are interested, I can keep making videos about the business, how I started it, the pros, the cons, the good, the bad, the ugly. I know I've been doing this for now, this is my 6th year. So, and yeah, even with all the problems, we have record unemployment. The one thing I could, hopefully if you take anything away from this, is do not have a job. Get this idea of having a job Get that out of your mind. It doesn't mean you have to start a business like mine. Start something and get it going as fast as possible. I get to choose when I work and when I don't work. If I don't answer the phone, I guess I don't work. If I want to work, I answer the phone. Okay? I get paid multiple times a day. Like, my mind doesn't work around, like, I remember getting paid every 2 weeks for my government job. Now I can't even process living like that, because every time somebody calls me, they're agreeing to pay me something fair, right? Like, because we have to agree. So they're agreeing to pay me. I'll come out, I'll do a service for them. Sometimes it takes me 15 minutes. Sometimes it takes me an hour and a half. And obviously they're gonna pay more. But if you can take anything away from this video, is get the idea of having a job out of your mind, because these days that is not guaranteed. I mean, nothing is guaranteed in life, but definitely a job is not guaranteed. So anyways, if you like this, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll answer any questions I can in the comments below. And hopefully, like I said, if this gets a lot of views and you guys are interested, I can keep making videos about this. This is just what I've done for the last 6 years. And I have business background before I had my government job. That's a whole nother story. I can get into that too. But hopefully you guys enjoyed it, and then I'm gonna put some bonus clips. I should have some bonus clips that I can put after this, if you guys just want to see some of my early days, some of my early toes, and like just struggling. This is like straight grinding. Like these days were crazy for me. There's no such thing as an 8-hour day when you're starting a business, so just that's another thing. I was going 7 days a week. I would go out at 3 in the morning, 4 in the morning. I don't care if it was raining. I don't care what. I would go out and go get the money, because you have to get the money. Once you do that for enough years, you build it up a little bit, and then you have more freedom. Every year I've had more freedom than the previous year. So anyways, like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Aloha. All right. I thought it was the last one, the last video I made. First time for a Suburban. We'll see how this goes. If you see me posting this, that means I made it. Nah, we do crew cab half-ton trucks, so this shouldn't be a problem. I think the fuel pump went out on this one. Happy Aloha Friday, everyone. Out here, why not picking up a flat? Look at how it's a beautiful day out here. Got people out here fishing. I want to be out here fishing, but I have to work. It's a great day. It's breezy. It's nice. It's not hot. All right, everybody. Hopefully you're having a great Friday. Everybody ride safe. What's up, everyone? Got a treat for you today. Got a matching Lambo for my truck. It's got a slight misfire. I think it's an 06, he said, and it's a manual, actually manual 6-speed, kind of rare one. I asked him if he's interested in selling, and he said no. Would have made a good combo though, yeah?